Hello. Hey YouTube. So, I just thought I'd start the stream because there's this new... I've got very foofy hair today. There's this new feature on... I don't know how new it is. My fucking hair. I can't stream with this shit going. This new feature called the Superchat. And basically with the Superchat, like it's just in the sidebar there. There's this new feature
oh shit,
I don't know how new feedback. It is. What you can do in the Super Chat is basically that, you know, I am your YouTuber, probably one of your favorites. That's probably the case. And basically, you know, money has slowed down, the ad revenue from advertisers on YouTube. A lot of channels are really suffering. And you can take me seriously, it's beautiful glasses here. And the money has kind of dried up a little bit. So people have to like pander and they have to create these streams where they're just like, hey, you know, I would like some money. I would like some money and I'm your puppet. I exist for you to just give money to and then I will just dance to your tune. And basically I just need or want, I mean I don't need it, but I kind of want some money from YouTube. And I really wouldn't mind if I just got paid a decent amount of money from YouTube because like I want to buy beer, I gotta pay rent I suppose, I might go somewhere and then when I go to the place I will be like I want to have money, and if I can get free money from just like sitting here and talking, that'd be ideal. So like I've set up the Super Chat. What I want to happen with the Super Chat is basically that you give me money and I'll say what you want, you know, do what you want, or whatever it is you need. Just think of me as a cam girl, except for YouTube opinions and ideas. See, you know, I've got some chats, I've got some people in the chat saying things. Make it a super chat. Make it a super chat, and then I'll read your comment. But until then, I'm not going to be able to actually address any of the comments. So, well, I mean, I can't even tell the audience about what you're doing because I can't read it. It has to be a super chat. So, I mean, until then, I'll just hang out, wait a little bit, because you can send money directly to me. You could also be a patron. If you go on Patreon, I've got a Patreon channel thing, which I actually link at the bottom of the page. Like at the bottom here, it says https://patreon.com/demotivatoropinion. If you go to that Patreon page, you can actually donate me money. You can give me money for monthly or per video. But I've got it set up to monthly because I thought it might be a bit less demanding on the audience. So, waiting on that first super chat. I mean, it's going to be a long end time soon. I've seen this working pretty well for people like Blair White, Shoeonhead, other large YouTubers. And even though I've only got almost 5,000 subscribers, I don't think that's going to prevent me from getting at least one super chat. You could even tell me what you want me to buy, but I would prefer that it would be beer. And, because I love beer. And, anything else? I don't know. I could update my camera or something. I don't know. I don't know how the experts do it. Maybe if you could write suggestions in the chat about the kind of cool and interesting things that larger YouTubers say, and then I'll try to say them, and I won't read out what you tell me to say because I can't read the chat unless it's a super chat, but I will take it on board and then I'll say that, and then that means you can send me a super chat. So that could be an interesting way of going about it. I mean, how else could I get some super chats out of you fuckers? What? How do... Like, so Blair White, she's just like, hi, I'm Blair White. Hey. And then she gets money. How the fuck does she do that? And Shoeonhead, she's like, hey, bitches, I'm Shoeonhead. But I'm not Shoeonhead. I need to get people to get this money. Look, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit. Maybe I'll just browse the internet for a while. Maybe I'll see what's going on Twitter until those super chats start rolling in. There's gotta be some super chats. These people are just talking about some stuff. It's not so interesting. There's no super chats. Blair White makes good videos. Ugh. Is that how she gets super chats? Alright, so how do you mix it up then? If you're not getting super chats and you can't address what people are saying in the chat, there's got to be something that I can do. I could just brush my hair. Come on, that's gonna be worth a super chat. Doesn't anybody in the audience have that fetish? Alright, well, so if you just joined us, I'm taking super chats. And you can also join on Patreon. You can give me money on Patreon. And I'll just say anything you want me to say, but it's gotta be a super chat. So, I mean, still waiting. It's gotta be something. Why are there no super chats? What the fuck do I have to do? Somebody said I should strip, but how can I strip before receiving a super chat? I have to get the super chat first, and then I strip afterwards. See, someone's asking a question in the chat. Make it a super chat. Make it a super chat and then I can answer you. Good. That message has been retracted, which is good because it wasn't a super chat. I mean, because I can't take your questions directly unless there's super chats, maybe you can ask me a question and then I will rephrase it to be about something else and then I'll answer that question. But if you want me to answer your specific question, it has to be in super chat form, and that's just the way we're going to do it tonight or today. I mean, it's sort of like today for me, could be tonight for you. So just waiting on those super chats. There's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. Someone on Twitter saying I have highly quality content. Well, my content could be more high quality if I got given some money to give those quality opinions. I would make them better opinions. You know, when people have issues with my opinions, they think they're not fleshed out or they're not something they agree with. Part of the problem is I'm doing it for free, and I just need that motivation. I need that extra kick. I need to buy beer with my opinions, and then it will be a bit easier for me to just give ones that you think are good, because I can tailor them to be better opinions, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit dead in here, so I guess I can just chill for a little bit. Maybe I should learn how to play Hearthstone. I don't know. Yeah, because my friend's been playing Hearthstone. But it's a bit nerdy, isn't it? I don't know about nerdy things. Video. What? Okay. Thinking of something to ask. Make it a super chat. Make it a super chat. Otherwise, don't bother. Because I just want your fucking money. Right? I don't want any of this guff. I don't want any of this grief. I don't want any of this bullshit. I just want a fucking super chat. Somebody. Anybody. Come on. I mean, the things I do for you people, it's like working in the mines. It's like I'm trying to cut the coal and getting lung diseases. Have I... Ah, you stupid... You don't know how hard it is to edit videos. It's really hard. Video output low. Viewers will experience buffering. If I had better technology, like better internet, better video, better audio because of the super chat, then you wouldn't be experiencing low video output. Okay, we got a super chat related question. Can you super chat 0.02 cents? You can, but I think you should probably super chat $50. That's my recommendation. That's I think that's where you should start. If you like my content, super chat. What was I saying? Yeah, editing videos is hard, man. You get calluses on your fingers from typing on the keyboard, so you have to buy lotion and put it on your fingers because they get all lumpy, and that is part of the issue. If you do not get super chats and keyboards and material possessions, how can you be a successful YouTuber? How could I be as big as Shoe on Head? How could I be as big as Jeff Holidays and the Wizard guy and all those other people who are on this website? How could I possibly get as much money? Well, look, I know you're talking about lotion in the chat. That's great, but could you just reform it in the form of a super chat? If you just super chat that shit to me, I'll be like, yeah, let's talk about lotion. What is it about lotion that excites you? What is it about lotion that you don't like? But until you send that question as a super chat, I'm not really willing to talk about it, to be honest. Because it's like, you won't support me. You're not giving me my fucking due, to be honest. I should be getting money for these opinions. That's just my feeling about it. And when people say, like, hey, you should get a job. This could be a job. If you fucking people super chatted me, and then I had more fucking money from the super chat, this could be a job. This could be something that I did. This could be my life. I could just sit here and you could pay me to say the things that you want to be fucking said. But you're holding me back. Why do you people hate freedom? Okay, I'm gonna stop taking it out on the audience. I know not all of you have money and stuff, but if you do, super chat it. Just super chat that shit. Look, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I said I would not respond to anything in the chat unless it was a super chat, but someone did say something that I have to address. They said you could make good content. Exactly. It's the lack of money. That's the reason I don't have good content. If I had more money, I would have better content. I think that is the main problem. So you can see my conundrum when I have got a stingy audience. That was kind of like a half fake, half real cough. Lotion, lotion, lotion. There's a lot of lotion talk going on. Do you know what you can buy lotion with, though? Money. And, I could have a better mic. The Rode NT1A is a good mic, but there's better models. Like, for example, there's one that's like $5,000. I'd prefer to have that one, because it's really expensive. It's probably really good. Microphone, $5,000. So I'm just gonna look it up now. The best microphone. I want to get one of those Newman ones, because they're really expensive. And if that's the case, then your voice must sound really good through it. Because I'm pretty sure it's just the quality exponentially improves with price. That's just how it works. It's called the Laffer curve. So, $10,000 US. I wouldn't mind buying that, but the only way to start down there is to get some patrons and some super chat. So, all of you in the chat right now, go out and join my Patreon, because I want to buy a $10,000 microphone. Probably this one. The Telefunken U47 U48. Telefunken. That has to be high quality because it's German sounding. For several generations, the Telefunken U47 has been the microphone of choice for recording professionals. As the first condenser microphone was a polar pattern, switchable between cardioid and omnidirectional. This is probably slightly racist. The original U47 also include the famous M7 capsule, which has already been developed by George Newman in 1928. Newman! $10,000. So that's like a piece of precision equipment. You could hear my voice in basically 7D surround sound. I think that's how that works. Oh, don't spend all your money on weed when you can spend it on YouTube opinions. Son of a bitch. My moog. It is my moog. Well, I mean, I feel like I've done everything I possibly could. What the fuck do you people want? What do you want from me? My dignity is gone. This is all I have left. All I have left is this super chat. And I'm getting no contributions, I'm getting no nothing. I have a beer, but I cannot drink it because it's only like 12 p.m. So it's just far too early to drink a beer. I don't want to feel like I'm homeless by drinking a beer at 12 p.m. There's so many good normal chats, but none of them are super chats. Alright, look. Join my Patreon. Join my Patreon. My Patreon. I'll load it up for you. Patreon. Tim me, someone. Man, it's quite hard to find my Patreon. This is bad news. If I can't find it, how can you guys even give me fucking money? You don't even know where it is. I don't even know where my own Patreon is. There it is. What am I doing? I'm creating YouTube videos, music world peace, and regressive cocks. That's fucking accurate. You can see there's a lot of awesome begging going on my Patreon. I'm saying, please give me money, and then I'm like, no rewards. Just want the money. Ah! Oh my god! Courtney Haynes. Oh my god. Oh Jesus! Ah, fucking hell! Oh no, not from you! You're the guy that keeps doxing my wife. I don't want money from you. Anyways, the first person, Courtney Haynes, $2 US. What's all of the hullabaloo about Lacey Green? Oh my god, I actually got some fucking money. Well, besides your question, what would you like me to do with the money or for the money, Courtney? As far as I'm concerned, there's only one person in the chat now. There's also Glocky13 gave me 10 DKK or whatever, but he keeps threatening me on Ask FM and sending me pictures of my wife and saying he'll dox her. So I'm not sure how I feel about taking your money, Glocky, until you stop threatening me. But thanks for the money, I suppose. And I had to private my Facebook and shit, but just because of you, Glocky, man. You know, you're threatening me. So, the hullabaloo about Lacey Green. Well, I don't know. The thing I feel about that is I only had one position on it, which is that she is doing too... she's being too... I can't even, like, form my words. I'm so excited about the super chat I just received. God! Ah, man, I at least thought that I could bring the quality once I got the super chat, but I can't because it's too much pressure. $2 whole fucking dollars from another human being. Like, now I don't know what to do. Because that's like, what am I going to spend that shit on? Because then it's like you own $2 on my soul. Basically, Lacey Green. My only position on that was that she's being too dismissive of other points of view, and like, when she's getting feedback, she's acting like super victimized, like anybody who says anything to her is in a vernacular or a way that's kind of feministy or like radical lefty or whatever, is extreme and psychotic, and they're trying to destroy her, and they're all unreasonable. And it's kind of like being countered by people like Jeff Holiday, who are, and I hate to use the phrase white knight, but like they're so gung-ho about defending her that it's a complete switch around from when me and others would complain a lot about online harassment and, you know, content creators treating each other like total garbage and all their fans going over to other people's channels and harassing the fuck out of them. All of a sudden, people like Jeff Holiday and other people are insanely concerned about harassment and people being jerks, but only to Lacey Green. And I don't know what percentage of the feminist criticism of Lacey Green has been unfair and radical. I don't know to what extent it's been like harassment, but I have seen her dismissing things that were definitely not harassment, but were maybe a bit condescending and douchey, but she's like hyper defensive. And I think if she's that defensive, it goes against what she's saying, that she's going to have an open dialogue, because obviously it means she's going to be having an open dialogue, but only to people who, I guess, treat her with kid gloves and have a specific narrow band of a point of view. Like if they're too feministy or too radical seeming or something, they're out of the dialogue. She's just going to block them. She doesn't want to fucking hear from them. But if there has been some feminists like doxing or harassing, whatever, 100% against that. But I think I have seen some criticism that didn't look that unreasonable. And she was very defensive, and I think that's maybe just the frame of view she's in, because she's being attacked by so many people from so many areas that I guess I can understand the mentality of getting defensive. But that was my only criticism about it, really. I mean, I don't care if she dates Chris Reagan, whatever. I actually talk to Chris sometimes. He's, you know, on personal level, he's fairly nice to me, and actually chatted with him yesterday about this. But the criticism thing, that annoys me. The fact that she's so hypersensitive to criticism, that's kind of annoying. That's my only criticism, really. She can date who he wants or whatever. I mean, she starts going down like turfism and whatever, white feminism. It'll be disappointing, but I don't expect much out of the internet anyways, so... Now I just feel weird, because people are actually super chatting. This is not right. I'm just sitting here talking to you, and I'm getting given money. It's so bizarre. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I left a... Okay. This person didn't super chat. They left a dislike. Thank you. Because that makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Given where I've come from on YouTube, like, it makes me more comfortable, and it's more familiar to have some dislikes, so I'd appreciate that. A few more dislikes, please. This person said, H6R... No, fuck, I can't even read numbers. H676 Universal Healthcare, yay, bless SJew. Well, I don't really know what I can say about that one. I mean, what's HR676? And now I feel like a jerk, because I'm just ignoring anyone who's not super chatting. God, this is like a joke. It started good, but it just got out of hand, and now I feel personally disgusted with myself. God, I'm such a fucking sellout. This is sick. Thank you. More dislikes. Oh, this joke went wrong. People are actually giving me money. It's not right. It's not fucking right. And now I just feel like... Now I feel like I'm in a joke, inside a joke, in a dream. Pretty trippy. Expanded and improved Medicare for All Act. That sounds really good. Yeah, I'd be totally for that. That sounds really fantastic. So I've got a question here. What are we streaming about? Well, Mems, we're streaming about Super Chat. Basically, send me a Super Chat or be ignored, and I can answer stuff from the chat, comment on stuff, so long as I receive a Super Chat. And, oh yeah, I was also going to spam my Patreon into the chat. It took me about 10 minutes to find it. I'm pretty stupid, so, I mean, and other people even more stupid. It's probably take them like 40 minutes to find it, so I just put it in the chat for you. Hopefully that will help you guys to donate money. And I'll just do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 10. Alright? I mean, I think that will help you find it. If you can't see the chat, that is https hash. I don't even know what that symbol is. It's a dot up there and a dot down there. Semicolon. www.patreon.com/demotivatoropinion. I'll just click on that, see if it works. It does. I've got 20 patrons, and that's $55 a month. What the fuck can you buy with $55 a month? Besides beer and a little bit of money towards rent. Nothing. $2 from Memsogyny. Hi, buddy. Hope you have a great day. That is not like... I mean, that's good. Thank you. Memory holiday. I'm now in your debt. But, that's not a question or nothing. What can I do with that comment? Maybe if I just spam it into the chat a bit more and make sure everyone understood that. There we go. Oh, it's got a... There's a limit to how much I can spam the chat. Well, it's fucking pathetic. This is my channel. Why is there a limit? Just in case you missed it. There we go. That should, what do you call that? Amplifying your voice or some shit? So that everyone can see that you said, hope you have a great day, buddy. For $2. Thank you. This must be some way to get more super chats. I mean, I want to criticize Mem's message more, but I can't because she gave me $2. So I mean, I think that was an excellent comment. Very good job. Well, I mean, if anyone has any ideas about how to get more super chats or more patrons, please let me know, because that's the point of this stream. I mean, I'm trying to think of what stuff I can buy. Honestly, I don't want to spend much money going towards the quality of my videos on my channel, because I prefer to waste money on just frivolous crap. So, I mean, I guess I could give it to some charity or something, but TJ Kirk has already got charities down. Like, he's already fixing charities. And he's got way more subscribers, so why should I bother? I need mine. I need my fucking money. Well, this person in the chat just insulted me. Make it a super chat, and then I can read it. And I can get offended and stuff. I'll be like, oh, that was an offensive insult. But it has to be in super chat form. Otherwise, I can't actually read it to the audience. So, I'm just going to wait for you to insult me again with a super chat. I don't know how long it's going to take. You've just got to... You have to put in your card options. And if you put in your card... Sweet! Okay. The people who super chat, they feel like they've got so much power that they can just say whatever they fucking feel like. Arrogant pricks. Sorry, I just insulted you. You did super chat me. Vargonian, US $5 said, have more chats with people like Bearing and you'll get plenty of super chat money. Well, fuck you for making me mention that guy's name. But you gave me $5, so I have no choice. So... Nah, I don't wanna. But you did give me $5 about that. So... Yeah, have chats with people like Bearing. I don't want to mention Bearing at all, but you gave me $5. Bearing. I've made higher than minimum wage. No, I'm not gay for Bearing. You just gave me $5. This person wants to be invited in only if you're good at getting super chats out of people. How is your super chat ability to get people to pay me? And you can't have any of the money. I'm sorry, but it will just be for me. Because this is my channel. I deserve something. It's all about me. Well, guys, I'm gonna go get a coffee. And, I don't know how to fill up the time until then. If I could put on some kind of interlude for you or something. I could play you a song in the background or something. Okay, I'll play you some intermission music. Find some music. Ew! Disgusting! $2 from Bearing Cab. Well, I personally hate you, and I think that you are a really dishonest and terrible human being that leaked private info to Bearing that you could have asked me for clarity on, but instead you tried to earn points with your master because you're a coward, and that's why I don't trust you. But you did give me $2. If I do a $5 Patreon, will I get a little bit extra? Yes, you will, Bearing Cab. Even though I personally think that you are a scum-sucking bottom feeder. Thank you for the money, and yeah, if you give me $5, I'll do anything you want. I'll even change my opinions, except not about you being a cunt. But, yeah, fantastic. Alright, I'm gonna play some music. This is like the intermission music while I make a coffee. This is nice. Alright, back in a moment, guys. Sorry, just 1 minute. And we're back on the Demotivator Show. Today we'll be talking about giving me money and how good it is. Quality content. Okay. Look, normally I do not wear sunglasses inside. It's a lot of pressure being on the Superchat. And, you know, if I'm begging for money and you can see my eyes, I might not look genuine or real, but if I'm like this, you can't tell what I'm thinking. See, it's kind of like a trick. So if I'm like, please give me money for the Superchat, you'll be like, he doesn't look genuine, he doesn't look real. What if I'm like, yo, give me Superchat money? You can't see the emotions. And that could definitely fool you, and you might just be like, hey, take the super chat money. Bam. And that's the way that you do professionalism. Oh, yeah. It's fucking hell. My hair is fine, you fucking loser. Well, look, hey, give me some super chat if there's any shitloads in the chat, and I'll say something transphobic, misogynistic, sexist, or racist. And that will be really good. So you can get a snippet from me, just being a puppet. And you can take it out of context, you can put it in a video, be like, Tim is an anti-Semite, he's a racist, that he hates any like, just pick anything. It could be, make me hate the Jews, make me hate black people, make me hate trans, anything you want, but it really depends on the super chatness of the providing of money. I'll do anything for beer, you know, it's true. Any fucking thing for beer. Well, no, not like in those pornos where they're like, where the girl's like, please pass me on the grade, I'll do anything, and he's like, anything? Like, not quite like that far. Just more like, hey, could you move this couch? It's really heavy. It will take 10 minutes. And I'll give you beer. I'll be like, alright. Like, that's... So not anything. Most things. Lots of things for beer. Why are you actually giving me money? I don't understand this. This fucking bearing cab. I mean, I guess I can go buy some beer today with bearing cab money. This is bizarre. Like, I wouldn't want to give money to people that I don't like. I thought you hated me, you fucking jerk. And anyways, you're the one that wronged me. I'm the one that should be angry at you, you fucking prick. And then you show up in the comment sections and you're like, oh, Tim is bad, even though you stabbed me in the back, you prick. Anyways, bearing cab, dumb streams, $5. Okay, so here's the $5. And to clarify, that's all the opinions about me except for being a cunt. Yes, correct? Please say nice things about me. Nice thing number 1. Bearing cab seems like he can be nice when he's not stabbing you in the back. Which means that I guess, like, when he's not backstabbing, he's actually seems like he can be a nice person. Number 2. His voice could be more pansy than it is, because his voice is quite pansy. It's like, hey, I'm bearing cab, and that's not nice. Yeah, it is. It's not backhanded. No, when you weren't stabbing me in the back, you were quite nice. That's a compliment. That's not backhanded at all. Second one, yeah, his voice could be worse. I don't know. Number 3, I like that his bearing picture is orange. I think that's quite nice. I don't mind the color orange. It's quite a nice color. Number 4. I think he's got more subs than me, right? Let's see how many subs does he have? He has... No, he's got less subs. Oh, there goes that compliment. I'm struggling here. Can you draw? Can you draw? Can you sing? Who doesn't have more subs than you? Bearing Cab doesn't. Can you sing? Maybe he's got. I can't sing. What the fuck can this guy even do? I'm really struggling with 5 things. Oh, I guess your videos. Why'd you have to ask me to do something so hard? You like... Well, I mean, you like pets. You like animals, which is cool, because dogs are cute. That's really nice. But that fits into number one, which is when you weren't backstabbing me, you seemed nice to me. So that kind of fits in. So that's kind of a sub answer to number one, but 5. I think that can be its own thing. You seem like you can be nice, and you also like pets, but they're kind of related. Number 5. Can you fit your whole fist in your mouth? No? No? Oh, react to the Jeff Holiday video. How many Jeff Holiday videos are there? Just the Jeff, I'll look it up. The Jeff Holiday video. Is that a video about Jeff Holiday, or was it by Jeff Holiday? The Jeff Holiday video. I can't see any video called The Jeff Holiday video, so I can't react to it, I'm sorry. My video. The Jeff Holiday video, my video. Please react to my video. Alright, look, everyone who's giving me shit about interacting with Brown Cab, he gave me $5 in a super chat, so I mean, I'm pretty much indebted to him, no matter how horrible he's been to me in the past. I have basically no choice. You see, it's just a monetary thing, guys. I need money, and that's money. Pranking Jeff Holiday glitter bomb. But that sounds boring. Why would I care about Jeff Holiday being glitter bombed? I mean, fine. Shit happens in Jeff Holiday's life. That's fine. So what's it got to do with me? He's allowed to be glitter bombed. What am I supposed to react about? Just like, that's funny. He's got glitter bombed. I guess the title of this video is accurate. Good job. You should invite me in. It would be fun and attracts people. Well, I don't know who you are and you haven't super chatted me yet. Have you? Have you super chatted me? If you've super chatted me, sure, you come in. But if you haven't super chatted me, super chat. If there's new people joining and you missed my Patreon, just in case you missed it. And I think 3 more times ought to do it. If you missed my Patreon, the awesome thing about Patreon is that you can give me money. And that's it. That's just great for me. I mean, I appreciate it. Okay, I mean, so somebody said I support white genocide, and I can't say who, because if you super chat it, I'll read it out. And hey, man, you could just be like, Tim, could you please say you support white genocide? If you give me $5, hell yeah, I'll do it. If anybody wants a meme of me saying something, as I said, transphobia, racism, misogyny, sexism, I'll become a white supremacist just for 5 minutes, and I'll say the most hideously anti-Semitic things you've ever heard in your entire life. I just need a little bit of money. Just a little bit. $5, $2, $5, $10. Can I get a 10? Let's see. Who's joined my Patreon since I've started this? Any new patrons? One new patron. One new patron. And they say it doesn't work. They say give me super chat is an ineffective way of marketing. I think people have lied about all of this. And then you have like all of these like experts coming along saying, oh, I did this press thing and I did the media and I did job interviews, when all you had to do was make a live stream and say, give me the super chat. I don't trust the super chat thing. Is it safe? Of course it's well, like, I don't actually fully know how it works. I actually think that it just sends money to my Google Plus account, which is like how you get money from advertising. So when you do advertising, it adds up in this, like, in your AdSense Google account, and I guess the money goes there. I actually don't know. And Yeah, I mean, it's a total waste of money to give money to me, because it's literally just like throwing it down the drain. But if people want to throw their money away, because I mean, like, African children, what have they done for us recently? You know, and what have, and charities for like people. And anyway, TJ Kirk has got that all covered. You wouldn't have to worry about doing anything because TJ Kirk's doing it all. I get 70% of it. Alright, I'm going to add up what super chats I got so far. I got the calculator here. I mean, I don't know the currency conversion for DKK for the $10 I got from the guy who docks my wife and threatens me constantly on Twitter. He gave me 10 DKK. The guy said, "Oh, I'll make you famous and shit." And like, "Oh, I bet like internet wants to learn about your wife and stuff." Like, he gave me 10 DKK, and that's one. How many New Zealands? So I mean, I guess I could just dox myself for him. You know, if he doesn't want, if he wants to give me some money, what he probably wants is me to like dox myself, because he keeps trying to dox me. So I could just make it easier for him, because now he's paid me. Oh, where's the Patreon? Alright, I got you. Here you go. Here you go. Here's the Patreon. Yeah, take that Patreon, chat. Yeah, you take the Patreon. You want that Patreon. It's your fault for asking. Sorry. That sounds like victim blaming. New Zealand dollars. Yep. 2.10 New Zealand dollars from my doxer and threatener. Thank you, bro. Kick that spanner. I don't think I can kick myself. That's because I've got a crown. I could decrown myself and kick myself, but or I could go up and remove these. No, I can't do that because then I won't get patrons. All right, so US $2, New Zealand $2. So I guess that's about New Zealand $3. 3 plus 2 plus because I have to convert it to New Zealand, so it's like that's probably about 9. Wait, US $2, that's probably about $3 plus $2 plus $9 plus $3 plus, I think that's about how many? $7 plus, it's about $9. $33 so far. That's pretty good, and I've done literally nothing but just sit here. I think I'm going to probably do this every single day then. If you have some tips about how I can get more money, I'm open to any suggestions. Is that enough for beer? Yeah. Yep, that's enough for beer. That's good, because I can totally waste all of that money. It's like you're literally just pouring this money down the drain. You probably should have given this money to TJ Kirk, because he's got all the charities on lockdown. And he's like, "Give me money, bitch. My audience have given a well to someone in Africa. Retard. I'm edgy." Michael Rollins, come on. Michael Rollins, you owe me. Why? I don't know, but I feel entitled to money from you. Maybe I should actually talk about something, because I feel like sometimes I check out Michael Rollins' hangouts, and they're basically just him sitting there and then laughing, and then someone says something in the chat, and he's like, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, that's just all Michael Rollins does all day. Just sits around, just like sitting. Why doesn't he? And then other times he's walking around his yard. Why? What is your reason, Mike? What is your reason for being? Jesus Christ. I actually feel a bit disgusting taking this money. It's really kind of weird. This should buy you... Natalie Kirk said, this should buy you a fraction of beer when you're in Sydney. Because I'm going on my honeymoon in Australia. Thank you for that money. But now I feel gross. Because I've made more money off this than the past, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months on YouTube. On Patreon I'm making like 50, now it says 57 a month, but on YouTube, like, the revenue went way down. And in the past, like, I was often always criticizing people for just shilling and just taking money and just pandering. And how can you avoid that when you're taking money from the audience? I think maybe once you have developed your voice more, like you're a larger channel and people expect a certain thing out of you, that you find what works and you find what starts making money, and then you just pander to that a lot. And I think that is the downfall of a lot of larger channels. Like TJ Kirk definitely comes to mind, because he's now trying to pander to people to get the same amount of revenue and money, and then when he tries to like switch tack to something like more thoughtful, like, so it's me, TJ Kirk. What was Rousseau trying to say, man, in 1768? And everyone's just like, unsubscribe, unsubscribe, this is fucking boring. We want you to call people retards and fags and stuff. We don't want to listen to deep shit. So then he has to come back and pander again and be like, hey man, TJ Kirk, the victims in... I sound more like Captain Kirk. The victims in that bombing are lame. Yeah, fuck their dead bodies. And everyone's like, yeah, that's the TJ we like, you know. And I don't want to pander. So I don't want to be like, I don't know. If I start, it depends the kind of people that give you money, I suppose. If feminists gave me a lot of money, I'd just be like, hey man, the motivated opinion here. Patriarchy's real, man. Super real. Yeah. That's what works for me. My audience loves it. I'd rather just say what the hell I want to say. And I know they can go in a wrong direction because people just start, like, edgelording out, too. So I feel like, yeah, TJ Kirk to me, he kind of, like, encapsulates everything wrong with kind of YouTube personalities. And on one side, he wants to be taken seriously, and he wants people to say that, TJ, your opinions are really valid and interesting and important. And on the other side of it, he just wants to pander heaps and make money and be popular and be like, I did a charity, I'm the best, and then have people like think he's a badass, so he can't make up his mind. And I think it's obviously a lot easier and better if you can just naturally be yourself and not be forced to pander to anybody. But I guess that's the fucking super chat ruining my brain. Alright, I think I'm gonna abandon only addressing the super chat, because that was just part of my joke when I started this, and now that people are actually giving me super chats, now I just feel like a dick. So, but Zephyr Silver gave me US $2 and said, thoughts on the YouTube Red Scare. I don't know what the Red Scare is. Or what you mean by that. Do you mean like people calling everybody a Marxist? Like, for example, Naked Ape, who is this ridiculous right-wing douche nozzle. I was having a conversation or an argument with him on Twitter, and then he just randomly said, like, oh, you just think that because you're a Marxist. And I was like, but I'm not a Marxist. He's like, yeah, that's all I really have to say to people who I disagree with, Marxism. And it's like, for people who know what Marxism is, it just comes off as ridiculously silly. That instead of an argument, they just say you're a Marxist. And it's like, I'm not a Marxist. Like, I know what Marx actually believed in terms of, like, you know, owning the means of production and having groups of workers control things. And although that sounds good, I am actually a sellout liberal who believes in democracy and disappoints all of my anarchist friends constantly, because I'm just a massive sellout to capitalism. But yeah, that was kind of like the thing about Naked Ape. It's just like, oh, you're a Marxist. It's like, well, who isn't a Marxist to this guy who's on the left? Like, and when they start losing arguments, well, not even losing arguments, but just like not feeling like their argument is getting across, they just start throwing out like, you're a communist, you're a Marxist. Somebody said, well, I was doing the stupid tweets show the other day with Garrett and stuff, and there was this guy who said like, some shit like progressives all to the left of Marx or some crap, and it's just like the political spectrum has been completely ruined. It doesn't even make sense anymore. But I do not know what the YouTube Red Scare is. I just know that there are certain YouTubers and people who talk exactly like people on Fox News, and they basically think that anything sort of to the left of their position is radicalism. And I've received that a lot. And I also get a lot of people being like, oh, so you're a progressive. Oh, what about pedophiles? It's like, well, what about them? They're like, do you think pedophilia should be legal? I'm like, no. Why would I think that? And it's literally because I say I'm a progressive, and they associate progressivism with like disgusting. What's the word? Like over permissiveness and just allowing everything in the entire world. So if I say I'm a progressive, they're like, oh my god, you're pro pedophilia and bestiality and necrophilia, and you worship Satan, and you're a Marxist, and I'm like, you Trotskyist, Leninist, Stalinist, regressive. And it's because people are not listening to the kinds of things that people actually believe. So you often get hit with these really weird talking points that I just do not understand. Sverdsfisken is saying you're centre left. Well, I actually think I'm left of centre left. So, I mean, I don't know if I had a pen, I could draw where I think I am. So you got the spectrum here, left over here, you got right in here, and then in the middle you've got the new centre. With like, that's where Hitler and shit is. Well, it depends even where you put centre left. Do you put centre left exactly half in the left direction? Because I would put centre left more like about a third over there, because I think in the last third that's more far left. So between where far left starts and the new centre, which is where Hitler is where I think centre left is. So if I drew it here, I don't know if you can see this. I need to see an update on the screen so I can, yeah. So, is that my private information? Oh my god, doxed. Fucking doxed. Oh, this is impossible to do from this angle. What the fuck? I think that's left. That's like where the far left starts. And then that center left is between, like, I guess, like, the bounds of regular leftism, or whatever the fuck, and the new center. And I would place myself about... I would put me about... No! Don't dox me. Stop doxing me. About there, I guess, to the left of center left. Because I think the progressive values that I want would be rather a bit more stringent than a lot of center-left politicians that I can see. And I would want much more stringent regulations. No, probably even... Would I be even more left than that? I don't know. But I think, like, Garrett, for example, he's to the left of me. He's more lefty. Nail biter. Yeah, that's true. I do bite my nails. And also, I had to change my... that's the wrong word. I had to do the weeding, so I've got all this fucking dirt in my things. Did any of that make any sense? Or was that just a bunch of fucking lies? I'm a Marxist. Eho duelist. Don't agree with anything you say, but here's money. Well, that's money well wasted, my friend. And what does this say? Brenda von Hergens. Hi, I couldn't think of anything else to say. That's really nice. Great. I'm not... What am I supposed to say to that? Good. Yes. Ah. Money. Super chat. Thank you. That's good enough. What did you do to your thumb? This thing? I was mowing and I got a blister. And then the blister kind of burst and then I got some like red skin there. And it just takes like forever to heal up. I put a plaster on it, but the plaster didn't seem to actually help it at all. It just made it look more gross and red. And I should really clean this shit. Such compelling content. This is high quality. Oh yeah, and also I did that. I was grating and I fucked up that finger, and it fucked up that finger, and I bite my nails, and I got some scabs and shit. So for all those like people who thought that I might be attractive, you're incredibly wrong, because I'm disgusting. And oh my god. Ugh. Ah, yuck. So gross. I don't know what else people do in chats when they're hanging around with people. They just sort of randomly talk about crap. And I don't really have anything more interesting to say. Except that I'm uploading a video. And I've been uploading it since last night, and it's only on 43%, and I don't know why my internet is so fucking slow. And it's insane how long it is taking to upload this video. So I wanted to release this video 2 days ago, but I had to re-edit a bunch of stuff, and it's still uploading, and I don't think it's gonna even be ready until like 10 hours from now, because that's how slow it's uploading. I mean, I went to bed and it was at 2%, and I woke up and checked it in the morning and it was at 38%. Why is it so slow? What the fuck can I do? I don't know if to... But I've got fiber optic cable or whatever. I've got the fast internet, so I don't know why it's this slow, and I've been trying to figure out why it's so slow. Maybe a super chat will make me have better internet. I won't... I'll only use it to buy beer, but hopefully... Just put a band-aid on it and leave it. But when I put a band-aid on it, it just looks more pink and yuck. It's probably going to get infected and I'll die. Unless I get more super chat. Then I'll be fine. Anyways, I'm not sure how much longer shall I go on randomly streaming just in order to bilk money off you people. How long do you want that to occur? How much do you just want to be shafted for your cash? YouTuber Contra. Oh, younger Contra is so adorable, my heart hurt. Did your broccoli survive? Yes. My broccoli's doing pretty good. 4 hours? But I've already almost run out of things to say, and it's only been 1 hour. I'm that empty. I guess I could talk more about, like, I don't know, Chris Reagan or something, because he's all the rage. Chris Reagan. Well, on the thing that's happening with Lacey Green, it's actually my opinion that people are going a bit far in terms of how offended and angry they are. Not because I don't think they have a right to be angry or offended or pissed off at Lacey for fraternizing with people who they see as transphobic or sexist or misogynist against people like themselves, but because I don't think the anger is that constructive at this point, because I woke up yesterday to Twitter and it was just like wall to wall people raging about Lacey Green, and I think I watched the Woolly Bumblebee's video yesterday where she said Lacey's gonna make her own mistakes and make her own choices, and just raging at her is not actually gonna achieve anything, and it's only going to feed the narrative that feminists are extremely unreasonable and intolerant, and feed their narrative that it's some kind of cult or something. And I think that's true. I think just as a matter of how it looks for feminists, they should lay off a bit and take it a little bit easier. And I'm saying that mainly for, I guess, the imagery of it and for their own sake, because I do think that they've had valid criticisms that have been thrown to one side, alongside some criticisms that I think are too harsh, or not too harsh, or I don't know what the word is for it, over the top, or whatever. But that it's not making feminists look good or reasonable. And it's really weird because, I mean, I won't say who it is, but it's just like some random dude messaged me and he was all like, "You are friends with toxic people, Tim. You're a part of the cult. You're part of the social justice cult who's trying to destroy Lacey Green. You're the enemy of Lacey Green. Ah, you horrible man." And then he said, "I have to expose your toxic..." I'm spitting. Ugh. I guess when you're toxic, you spit. "Disgusting toxic cult that you're a part of, you hateful cunt," or whatever. And I was just like, what did I do? Why are you raging at me? Like, okay, like, maybe other people, like, I don't know who, Zinnia Jones or something, or Cat Black, or something like that. Maybe they've said some stuff you don't like, but why are you coming to me and raging at me? I'm not those fucking people. You can just say, "Hey, Tim, what's your opinion about this?" And my opinion would be, she's dismissing some of the criticisms unfairly, but at the same time, it doesn't look good if feminists are raging so much that they come to just seem like completely unreasonable, and then Lacey can play victim points or her victim thing and be like, "I'm the one who's suffering because look at these people." And then people will look at the feminists and be like, "She's got a point. They seem quite unreasonable and they seem very angry." Someone saying Cat Black did not in any way attack Lacey. I'm just saying that, like, the guy who messaged me on Twitter, like, I was just guessing, like, somebody he had a problem with. It could have been Cat Black, could have been Zinnia. I don't know who it was. But it wasn't me that he was angry at. But then they're like, "Tim, you're part of the toxic cult of hate." And it's like, well, I'm not all of those. Like, those people have got their opinions. I've got my opinions. You can ask me about what I think about this. It may be different than how other people are feeling angry about it. And for example, like Zinnia Jones, she has got every right to be angry if she feels like it's some sort of betrayal. The only thing that I was talking about was, like, whether that can be used to say that it's some kind of, like, cultish thing, when obviously Zinnia is in an emotional place about it and feels a sense of personal betrayal, and I respect that. But I also think, like, imagery and how things seem are important. And I could see a tipping point, like it's going too far in the direction of, like, oh, now it's like an unreasonable cult who will not listen to any kind of criticism or any kind of difference. And this is agreeing with the idea that she's sucking up to people who are, like, incredibly transphobic. Because I got in a conversation yesterday with some anti-feminists. We were just joking along, and it was like, whatever. But then they just start going on and on about how, like, Riley Dennis is a man and making transphobic jokes and shit. And then it just reminds me, like, I know why I don't fit in with these people. Because I don't just sit around laughing at negative opinions about someone's identity and about, like, who they are. I don't find it funny. I don't find it amusing. I don't like sitting around making transphobic jokes. I don't like sitting around joking about, like, racism or sexism or misogyny in a lighthearted way, because it's negative to me. It's not enjoyable. I don't take joy in saying, like, "Yeah, you were mean," or some shit. So that just reminds me, like, why I'll never be one of the cool kids. I'll never fit in with these people, because that's not the kind of shit that I want to sit around doing. And I was like, man, we were having a light-hearted joke, and you just turned it into a fucking shitty transphobe fest, and I don't want to be involved, basically. And I haven't talked to Riley Dennis that much, but she seems like quite nice to me, and her girlfriend Fiona seems incredibly nice to me. I just don't know why I would want to sit around and be a douche about them, even if I watched their channel and they had opinions that I didn't agree with. Like, say, I'm not familiar enough with Riley Dennis's content, but I heard there was some video that people were like, you know, if you don't date trans people, you're a bigot or something. To which, if that's true, because I'd have to go check it out. I can't be bothered. I would say, it's just your opinion, man. I wouldn't flip out and be like, well, woman, not man. But I was just quoting the movie, The Big Lebowski. I would just say, like, that's just your opinion, and that's fine. I'm not going to destroy you. I'm not going to, like, go around misgendering you constantly and go around making fun of your appearance and just being a disgusting douchebag about you all the time because you said something because you said that I might be a bigot. Well, like, you're just some random YouTuber. Who fucking cares? Like, people say things that are bad about people, like a range of people, and you can just say, fuck you. You can also criticize it, absolutely. You can say, I disagree with what you're saying. I disagree with your characterization. I think it's unfair. But that's a whole lot different than being like, I'm just going to constantly misgender you, and I'm just going to follow you around, being a despicable, absolute douche to you constantly because he said something I don't like. There's a big difference. So if you can make a video and say, like, it's not bigotry, it's not transphobia to have dating preferences, etc. Okay. But that's different than being like, now I'm going to just constantly misgender you and be absolutely horrible about you all the time. And these people, like, revel in being horrible about Riley Dennis. And I don't enjoy that. I don't appreciate it. I just think it's stupid. And a lot of the time, they also revel in being horrible about, like, Christy Winters, etc. I understand with the Christy Winters thing, it's more of a, like, there's more of a personal back and forth. There's more of a actual conflict there. But that doesn't justify, I think, just, like, treating people you disagree with like total garbage. I know, everybody does it. It goes every which way. But that's one of the things I hate about YouTube. Anyways, I don't know. Any interesting things in the chat? Yeah, like, Riley is not for me either, but I'm not going to sit there and talk shit for hours. Yeah. And it's really, like, you can just be having a regular, normal, everyday conversation with an anti-social justice, anti-feminist person. And the moment you mention Riley Dennis, they just leap to being as shitty as they can. It's really weird. And, like, I can't imagine the kind of shit Riley Dennis has to put up with. And the kind of, like, disgusting comments and insults. Sounds awful. I think it sounds shit. When do we get more Tim's Life Hacks videos? I'm not sure if that was a one-off. I do want to do another Tim Does Play, which would be cool. I am working on an epic response to Kraut and T's shitty anti-social justice warrior video thingy. But, it's taken quite a long time, and I will be going to Australia soon, so I don't know if that will come out for quite a long time, and then it will be like way months after the fact. They'll be like, wait, Tim is still talking about this thing that's months old. It's just, yeah, I mean, sometimes my life is fairly busy, so it's a bit hard to be as productive as I would like to be and get things done. So I'm saying they hope that my Tim Life Hack is not a one-off. Are there any YouTubers that are for you? I've only ever heard you say anything besides I don't really watch them. Well, this is probably going to be controversial. Why is your comments been taken down? I like Kevin Logan. I watch him a lot. He's one of the people that I watch the most regularly. I keep up with Mike Rollins. I like ContraPoints. Sean and Jen, I love Sean and Jen. His videos are amazing. Yeah, I mean, Sean and Jen's probably my favorite YouTuber at the moment. He just makes such fantastic arguments, and I mean, I feel a little bad for Kraut that is the person that he has to be up against, because he makes Kraut look like a fucking moron. But I know that like Kraut is one of those people who overextends himself and is very overly arrogant, so I mean, he'd never admit the fact that like his garbage anti-SJW video was just factual sinkhole, and Sean just pulverized it into oblivion. And I know people will like probably disagree, like the people like hate him, I guess, because he called Kraut racist. And that's it. If you call Kraut racist, then you're evil. But his videos are great. They're fantastic. I've tried to watch H-Bomber Guy, but I don't think his stuff's really for me. I think it's a bit too... like, it jumps around too much. It's a bit too ADHD, but I recognize that he's a very skilled video maker. But I find that like the more relaxed pace of ContraPoints and Sean and Jen is something that I prefer, because I find that H-Bomber Guy is a bit hyperactive. I like Garrett's videos, although he doesn't make enough of them. What else? H-Bomb's production values, yeah, they're excellent. And he puts a lot of work into his videos. Like, I watched his some of his Sherlock video, which is like an hour and a half. I mean, I couldn't really deal with an hour 40. I couldn't deal with a video that was an hour 40. It was too fucking long. But it was amazing, the production values and how it was made. But I didn't care enough about the subject matter. I just think, like, you know, you can make a video about, just to sound like Sargon, but you can make a video about how bad Sherlock is in like about 15 minutes. It didn't need to be an hour 40. And so I couldn't watch too much of it. But it's got 400,000 views. I mean, that's amazing. You know, very popular. And I think, like, for what he does, he's very appealing for the people who like his style. You know, but I think I prefer Sean and ContraPoints just to, like, totally burn every bridge in the world. Rez please said, have you ever watched one of my videos? I think I've seen 2. I hope that's good, but you're quite a relatively new YouTuber. I watched the one that you did yesterday about a woman-hated person or something, and I wasn't that sure how much I agreed with it, the man-hating video, because you said that you met someone who was a man-hater, but my question for that was, did you get to know this person's point of views enough to know for sure that they were a man-hater? Like, couldn't they have potentially have gone through some life trauma or some life situation that led them to these beliefs? Like, they're not, like, their beliefs, whatever they were not necessarily right, but I felt like I didn't feel like there was enough context there. But I did like the way you produced the video is good. I liked it, and the way you got across the information was good. Tim only watches my videos when they're dedicated to him. From Meech. That is accurate. H-Bomber gets 3,625 a video. I know. Is that fucking fair? I'm sitting here busting my ass in the super chat. And I've only made a measly above minimum wage. That's disgusting. Tim, what do you think of when a musician or artist is a jerk? I asked earlier about Dave Mustaine going on Alex Jones' show. As a fellow fan of great metal, I'm curious what you think. Well, Dave Mustaine's a bit of a mixed bag, because he is like a crazy conspiracy theorist and right-winger, but he's also does have a kind of underpinning of compassion for people, and I guess somewhat of the like Christian tradition. So he does want to look after people, and his heart's in the right place, but he's just like kind of stupid, and he believes conspiracy theories, and he's a bit out there. I think it's a bit of a more stark question when you're dealing with somebody like, for example, Ted Nugent. I actually really like Ted Nugent's maybe first 3 or 4 albums. The album with, what the fuck's it called? Stranglehold. That's an awesome song. Stormtroopers or whatever the hell. Get ready, Stormtroopers come and get ready. It's awesome. I really like the album Weekend Warriors. Like, Need You Bad is a fucking fantastic song. And There's a bunch of 70s stuff from Ted Nugent that's great, but he's a racist pile of garbage and a stupid redneck dumb fuck. But he's awesome at guitar, and I really quite enjoy some of his songs, and I just can't help but enjoy his art, but be aware of the fact that the man is a cunt. So I'm like, this guy sucks balls, but good music. You know, sorry, that was a bit homophobic. There's nothing wrong with sucking balls, so that could be a compliment. Maybe this man... I can't think of how to phrase that to make it negative. Sucking balls is good. But you know, like... I mean, I can still listen to Ted Nugent, but his 80s and 90s stuff's garbage, but whatever. Kid Rock, he's not that good. What was the original question about? Dave Mustaine? I mean, you can't get past Dave Mustaine's 80s output with Megadeth is so fucking good that it's hard to be angry at the guy just for being a moron. And then Varg Vikernes, or whatever, who stabbed his bandmate Euronymous to death in the 90s, who was in the black metal group or Project Burzum. I still like his old stuff too. Like his early 90s stuff with Burzum is good, even though he stabbed a guy to death. He's a hardcore racist Nazi, and he burned down a church, multiple churches. I can't help it, man. If music's good, it's good. But as a human being, he's a joke. And if I saw him in the room, I'd probably sucker punch him to death. No, I wouldn't. That's a death threat. I'm not going to do that. Why is In Flames so garbage now? I haven't kept track of In Flames. But true, late 90s, early 2000s, In Flames to me was like the early Metallica of melodic metal. Fantastic albums like Horacle is excellent. Just a Race is one of the albums that got me into metal. Colony is actually possibly my favorite album by them. And then they just turned to garbage, and I haven't kept track of them ever since. But Reroute to Remain was shit. I don't know how they are now. So their latest album is called Battles. Got pretty average reviews. I think it's just when they stopped being so melodic. They got rid of a lot of the melodic leads and guitar solos, and they just turned into like just chugging. Down-tuned chugging is what they turned into. Whereas in the late 90s and early 2000s, they had all kinds of like melodic melodic riffs, melodic leads, solos, and they also had really good lyrics. And they lost all of that. Now they got shitty lyrics. All they do is chug along. All the songs sound the same. I got a $5 super chat, but then 0 comment. Thank you, Starchy Nightshade. R.I.P. Euronymous. Varg was radicalized in prison. Only for the Weak is my favorite song of theirs. Well, I probably like episode 666. Or Embody the Invisible. Or Justice Script Transcribed. Those are awesome. And Amorphous. Now, this stream has gone completely off track. Well, I think I've made plenty of money off the super chat. I don't know how much longer I can keep sitting here and pandering just to get money. Is there anything on your mind, anybody, that's important for you? Anything you want to know? Insults that you want to get out? Disgusting anti-Semitic things you want to say while providing me with money? What do you think of Queenshire? I don't know how to say them. Queenshire is awesome. Well, they were awesome. Like, Operation Mindcrime is one of the greatest albums of all time. The follow-up album, Empire, was a bit and I haven't really followed them since then. But any band that made Operation Mindcrime, which is one of the greatest metal albums of all time, has to be a good band. I would say listen to I Don't Believe in Love, which is such a good song. I don't believe in love. Have you seen Once Were Warriors about New Zealand? Everybody in New Zealand has seen, well, most people have seen Once Were Warriors, which presents a kind of like dystopian element or aspect of New Zealand society, in Maori culture, in Auckland, in the sort of poor areas, about this abusive guy who's alcoholic and beats the shit out of his wife constantly, and about her trying to escape that lifestyle. And it's a very traumatic movie. It's kind of over the top, but I have heard that there are places in New Zealand where that kind of abuse is occurring. Shut up, Logical Llama. Keeps going on about Baroness. Yes, I like Baroness. I mean, unless... I heard one of their older albums, which I liked, but I wasn't crazy about it. I think the album that I listened to was the Red album, which was good, but I wasn't crazy about it. Are their albums since then better? What's their best album? I see that they've got Purple, Yellow and Green, because it was good, but it wasn't like mind-blowing or anything. What's the best album, Logical Llama? Operation Mindcrime, classic. Tim versus Guitar versus Michael off. Bearing is Love, time to go, fuck you. You need to listen to Purple. Okay, Purple, I will listen to Purple. Is this stream for beer money or rent money? Beer. It's always for beer. Even if I have to pay my rent, it's for beer. It's always for beer. Even if I'm like, hey, guys, I'm gonna buy a new microphone. Can I have some money? I'll just spend it on beer. So I mean, full disclosure, you're being completely fucking ripped off. But I think that I deserve it because I'm a goddamn white cis male. And I deserve to have my views elevated on this website. What lovely compliments you give your wife to show you care for her. I don't do that enough. I need to do that more. When she gets home today, I'll compliment her. Just for you. And for me. Also for me. But no, I mean, I don't know how long I'll be able to maintain my marriage. And I suck. What do you think about Jeff Holiday? He's okay. On a personal level. But I think like he often acts like a massive douche nozzle without good reason. And that kind of annoys me sometimes. He's shittier on Twitter than he is in real life. Like when I talk to him on Skype and Hangouts and stuff, he can be quite chill. But yeah, I don't know. I think he could do better. He could do a lot better. Anyways. Oh, do you have thoughts about the British election? I guess it would be a good place to finish it, 'cause it's like almost an hour and a half. I would fucking love it if Jeremy Corbyn won. That would be so good. Please, Jeremy. God damn it. Jeremy, win. Win. Please. But he probably won't. But that would be so good. For many reasons. There'd be like, just like boasting to the right, which I know is wrong to do because I criticize them for boasting in the other direction. But damn it, it would be lovely. And what's the other thing? The policies. I think he's right on the policies in terms of like strengthening the NHS, cutting off funding to Saudi Arabia, and having a lot more of a focus on the working poor and middle class, and the economy and taxes, etc. So, I mean, but the haters are always going to hate because they're fucks. But, I mean, Theresa May's probably going to win, but I would love if she lost. Anyways, I think an hour and a half is a pretty good amount of time for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for all of the money. I would like to thank Courtney Hayes, Glaki13, the guy who doxes and threatens me constantly, Andid, Memsogyny, Vargonian, Berenker, Natalie Kirk, Zephyr Silva, Eho Duelist, Brenda von Asen, Dom Trasadi, and Starchy Nightshade for the beer. And no, I'm not going to go for 3.5 more hours. Anyways, Thank you everybody for stopping by, and I'll have a new video out when it finally uploads. It's at 45%, and it's taking so fucking long. It will probably be tomorrow until it even is ready. So, okay. Thanks for the dank memes. Superchat. Oh yeah, Patreon. Patreon. More beer money. Goodbye.